Welcome to Maths class. Today we will do congruence of triangles. Criteria of congruence of triangles. Rules for congruency. Students, today we will do criteria for congruence of triangles. You all know a triangle is made up of 3 sides and 3 angles. And we usually divide a triangle on the basis of sides and angles. So here we will find out are these triangles congruent or not on the basis of sides and angles. So there are some properties which will help us to find out are these triangles congruent or not. Suppose I have these two triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Line segment AB is equal to line segment DE, BC is equal to EF and CA is equal to FD. So all three line segments of this triangle and this triangle are equal. So you can see this is also help us to find out these triangles are congruent, and we are using 3 sides only, so we call it SSS property. We call it SS. So SSS property means 3 sides. Side property or theorem, you can say 3 sides of a triangle are equal to the 3 corresponding sides. Students, remember corresponding. If this side is, so this side, you cannot say AC is equal to DE. Okay. If you are saying this, you have to take DE that side. So corresponding sides to the another triangle. Here in this triangle, line segment AB or side AB is corresponding to side DE. BC line segment is corresponding to side EF. CA is corresponding to FD. So these 3 sides, they are equal. So therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Students, let's take one example. In an isosceles triangle PQR, S is the midpoint. This is the triangle PQR, S is the midpoint of QR. Is triangle PQS congruent to triangle PRS? So here this triangle and this triangle, we have to take these two triangles, are these congruent or not? So we can find out by, because sides are given, no angle is given, so we will use SSS property, side. So in triangle PQS, PQ is equal to, and triangle PRS, PQ is equal to PR, this PQ is equal to PR. Why? Because of isosceles triangle. Then equal sides of isosceles triangle. QS is equal to RS. QS is equal to RS. Why? S is the midpoint of QR. And PS is equal to PS. This PS and PS is the common, so it will be equal. So 3 sides are equal. So therefore this triangle PQS is congruent to triangle PRS. We will write SSS congruence, or you can say SSS property. Let's take one more example. So example, let's take triangle ABC, and here AB is AC, this is equal to this, D is the midpoint, so therefore BD and DC will also be equal. So first question, 3 pairs of equal parts in triangle ADB and triangle ADC. We will take these two triangles and we have to find 3 equal parts. So let's start the solution. AD is equal to AD, common side, both triangles are having it. AB, line segment AB is equal to line segment AC, it is given. And third thing we can find out, BD is equal to DC because D is the midpoint. So this is the first part, three pairs of equal parts of triangle ADB and triangle ADC. Now let's do the second part. So second part is triangle ADB and triangle ADC are congruent? Give reason. Why they are congruent? Because triangle ADB, triangle ADB is congruent to triangle ADC because three sides are equal, or you can say SSS property. So I hope it is clear to you how to use this SSS property and what is the meaning of this SSS property. Three sides of a triangle are equal means the triangles are congruent, their corresponding sides are also equal. So the next congruence rule is side angle side, SAS congruence rule. Side angle side. Students, in this two sides and the angle between them. Here I have taken triangle DEF, triangle PQR. DE is 6, PQ is 6. EF is 4, QR is 4. The angle between them is 45 degree. So while following SAS rule, we have to follow side angle side. It means the angle must be in between two sides. Okay, it must be in between, like this side and this side, the angle is in between. If the angle will like this, we cannot say, right? So the angle must be between two given equal sides. So this is known as SAS congruence rule. Here triangle DEF is congruent to triangle PQR because here triangle DEF congruent to triangle PQR, DE is equal to PQ 6 cm, EF is equal to QR 4 cm, angle E is angle Q, both are equal 45 degree. So these are the given by which we can say these two triangles are congruent. SAS rule. Fine. The other elements of the triangle will be equal, then FD will be equal to RP, angle F will equal to angle R, angle D will be equal to angle P. So this is the SAS congruence rule. We will use it to solve questions based on the congruency of the triangles. So SAS congruence rule is side angle side rule. Two sides and the angle included between them of a triangle are equal to the two corresponding sides and the angle included between them of another triangle. So in this triangle, these two sides and angle included them. So we can say these two triangles are congruent with the SAS rule. The next property, or you can say congruence rule, is ASA rule. Here we had two sides, one angle. Here we have two angles and one side. So the rule is saying that two angles and the included side of a triangle are equal to the two corresponding angles and the included side of the another triangle. Taken two triangles ABC and triangle DEF. ABC and DEF. Fine. Angle E is equal to angle B, angle F is equal to angle C. And the line segment between these two angles is EF, here BC. They are equal. So while if we will pick up this angle F, it will be equal to, because the triangle is ABC, DEF. So B is equal to E and F will be on C. So here the property, that is two angles and the side between them. Two angles and the side between them, if they are equal, means therefore the triangles are congruent. Triangle ABC and triangle DEF. A is corresponding to D, vertex B is corresponding to E, and vertex C is corresponding to F. So angle B and E are equal, line segment EF and BC are equal, and angle F and angle C are equal. So therefore we can say the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Let's learn this rule with the example and how to apply this rule. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, and if two triangles are congruent means their all sides and all angles will be equal. Here students, in your book, this example number 7, figure 7.26, can you use ASA rule, congruence rule, to conclude that triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. So here this figure is given, triangle BOD and triangle AOC. We have to prove that these are congruent. So here angle 70 is angle C and angle D is also 70 degree. AC is 3 centimeter, BD is 3 centimeter. So what we need one more angle. Okay, so let's do how to go in two triangles AOC and BOD. These two triangles, angle C is equal to angle D, each 70 degree. Angle AOC is equal to angle BOD is equal to 30 degree. This angle will be equal to 30 degree vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angles, and angle A of AOC, angle A of AOC, fine. B is also, so two angles and one side. These two angles and this one side AC is BD. So here now we can say AC is between angle A and angle C. Why we need angle A over here? Because this side AC is in between angle A and angle C. But we got angle 30 over here. So we will find the angle of A here and angle B here. So now angle A is equal to angle B, AC is equal to BD, and angle C is equal to angle D. So we can say that triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD with ASA congruence rule. I hope it is clear to you. The last is RHS rule. You all know R for right angle, H for hypotenuse. As we have done the Pythagoras theorem, that was also based on right angle triangle. This RHS rule is also based on right angle triangle. Here one right angle, one side and one hypotenuse. So here you can see right angle, hypotenuse and side. So here it is not necessary the angle must be between H and S, hypotenuse and another side. So the hypotenuse and one side of a right angle triangle are respectively equal to the hypotenuse and one side of another right angle triangle. Here I have taken triangle ABC, triangle XYZ. Here angle B is 90 degree. So in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree, AC is 5 centimeter, BC is 3 centimeter. Another triangle XYZ, angle Y is 90 degree, XZ is 5 centimeter, YZ is 3 centimeter. So here angle B is equal to angle Y, AC is equal to XZ and BC is equal to YZ. So one right angle and one hypotenuse and one sides are equal. So therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. We use RHS rule over there. We will understand it more with the examples. Here students, if one hypotenuse and side is given or one right angle is given, so it will help us to find the values of another sides or help us to prove that these triangles are congruent or not. RHS rule. Right angle, hypotenuse and one side congruence rule. This rule is applicable for right angle triangle only. As we did Pythagoras property, that was also applicable for right angle property, right angle triangle. Here also this RHS rule is applicable for a right angle. One angle is of 90-degree, hypotenuse, the longest side, and any one of the other sides. If they are equal, means the triangles are congruent. The hypotenuse and one side of a right angle triangle are respectively equal to the hypotenuse and one side of another right angle triangle. We can say the triangles are congruent. I have taken these two triangles A, B, C and triangle X, Y, Z. Here in triangle ABC, angle B is 90-degree, AC is 5, BC is 3. In triangle XYZ, angle X is 9, angle Y is 90, XZ is 5, YZ is 3 centimeter. So angle B is equal to angle Y, AC is equal to XZ and BC is equal to YZ. One right angle, hypotenuse and one side. So you can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ by RHS rule. We will learn these more thoroughly when we will practice them by solving the questions based on these properties, how we can prove two triangles to be congruent by using these rules, or how we can find the value of one of the things if that is not given to us. So these properties are very important. We must go through it. So these three, four, side, 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 angle, side, angle, RHS. These four properties or theorems, or you can say congruence rules, help us to find out are the triangles congruent or not. So I explained you in the detail, and let's make them use of these rules to find out are the triangles are congruent or not, or by which rule we can say that these two triangles are congruent